second question, that's question 2. Now question 2, we have the question that given that matrix W is equal to 1, 2, 2, negative x. Now we need to find the value of x if the determinant of W is equal to negative 3, and then we need to find the inverse of matrix P. So let's do that. That's question 2, right? So that's question 2. Now we know that matrix W is given by, can you give me that matrix? Okay, so matrix W is given by 1, 2, 2, negative x, right? Now we are asked to find the value, right? We want the value of x. Given that x, if the determinant, right? We've been given the determinant of matrix W is negative 3, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? Solution. We are going to find the determinant, right? We know that the determinant, right, of W, matrix W is going to be, we know that it's AD minus BC. Now in this case, our AD is the major diagonal minus the minor diagonal, which means we're going to have 1 multiplied by negative x, right, minus 2 times 2, right, which is going to give us that negative x, right, minus 4. Good. Now, this is not the end. We are told that this determinant expression we have is equal to negative 3. We have been told that the determinant of matrix W is negative 3, which means if the determinant of matrix W is negative 3, then negative x minus 4 should be equal to negative 3, right? So we can solve this one as an equation, right? So multiplying this side by the positive of 3, right? The additive inverse of negative 3, we are going to get what we have. This side we are going to get a 0, right? Then you are going to have that's positive 4, right? Good. So if we do that, you solve this as an equation, you're going to get this, you're going to get positive 1, right? Now if you get this one as positive 1, remember this is negative 3 plus 4. If you're having a challenge, you can make use of the number line system. Now you're going to divide both sides by negative 1, and this is going to give you negative 1 there, right? Good. Now question 2 on this one is to find the inverse of matrix W. I had used P, but it should be matrix W, which is 1, 2, 2. Now this time, remember, your value of x is not negative x, okay? It's negative 1. So you have negative, you substitute negative 1, which is the value of x. Your matrix W will become 1, 2, 2, and positive 1, right? So this is what we are taking as our matrix W. So we can just change here. Okay, so this is here. This is supposed to be W and not P, right? Good. So let's finish up. We can find the inverse. So we want the inverse of matrix W is equal to, remember, we need to find the determinant, right? First we need to find the determinant. So we'll say delta of matrix W is equal to AD minus BC. Now our AD, this is A, B, C, D. So we have 1 times 1 there, minus, which is the major diagonal, minus the minor diagonal, which is 2 times 2, right? Now this is giving us 1 minus 4, right? Which is giving us negative 3, right? I solved the determinant of matrix W because I want to show you that when we substitute the value of x we have found, it needs to prove and give us the determinant. Alright, now that we have the determinant, we know that if we want the inverse of matrix W, then we need to divide that one, divide by the determinant that we have found for matrix W, then multiply this by the adjoint matrix of W, right? But how do we get the adjoint matrix? So the adjoint matrix of W is equal to, okay, is equal to, remember we swap the major diagonal figures. So this time we are considering our matrix W to be this one, right? So we're having 1, 1, and then the minor diagonal we multiply it by negative 1. Okay, so this is the adjoint matrix of W. So the inverse of matrix W is going to be 1 over the determinant that we have found for matrix W was negative 3, right? So we're multiplying this by the adjoint, which is 1, negative 2, and 1, right? Now if we multiply this, negative 1 over 3 multiplied by 1, that will give us negative 1 over 3. Negative 1 over 3 multiplied by negative 2, that will give us positive 2 over 3. And then negative 1 over 3 multiplied by negative 2, that will give us positive 2 over 3. And then negative 1 over 3 multiplied by 1, that will give us negative 1 over 3, right? So this is the inverse of matrix W. Okay, so thank you so